What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video in our Nickel Hunt and Fill album series. This is going to be episode number 10 of the series so far, and we do have a circulated box of nickels to hunt. So that's always good. Did not see anything special that stuck out upon doing an Ender search, but we'll just have to see what's in these rolls once we get into them. And we will be looking for any kind of proofs, foreigns, or any kind of errors or varieties, as well as the last of the 52 spots that we still have to fill in the albums. And our Buffalo Nickel album is needs a lot of help yet. It only has 6 spots in there that we've been able to fill so far. So hopefully we can find a Buffalo Nickel or 2 or 3. But we do have a circulated box here, and I'm going to start on roll number 1, and hopefully we can find something good. So let's get into it, and I'll be back as soon as I have my first find to show you. Roll number 1 is going to kick us off with 2 finds, and the first one is going to be a 1959 Jefferson Nickel here out of Denver. And then our second find in roll number 1 is going to be, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we have a die clash on a 2023 Philadelphia. And I'll put it under the scope so you guys can see it better. This one's a later stage for sure because you cannot see it quite as well, but it's definitely there. You have definitely right here Jefferson's eye, and then there's usually another one right over here which you can barely see right there. We have a line coming down right here which would be the side of his face, and I believe that's gonna be it on this one. You don't really see anything else there. And then a lot of times on the obverse side you will have a line going across right here, which you can see a little bit right there and right here. And then it usually comes off of his face and his hair going this way, but you can't see it on this one because it's a slightly later stage. But that's going to be an error found right there. 2023 die clash. Take that for sure. And we'll keep moving to roll number 2. Just hunting the last part of roll number 3. And we're going to have, this time, a 2016 Philly. And I don't know if you guys can see that line going across Jefferson, his eyes right there. But we are going to have a die clash because you can see the image of his eyes underneath the building there. And the steps. And there, under the scope, you can see them pretty well. An eye right here. An eye right here. And a hairline right here. So that's 2 die clashes in 3 rolls, and one's a 2023 and the other's a 2016. Pretty wild. Roll number 5, and I believe we are going to have a silver wartime nickel right here. And let's see what we got here. I believe, yeah, that's going to be a 1943. It's tough to see it. Oh man, what's the mint mark on this thing? This could be a book filler. Philadelphia. Yeah, I believe that is going to be a book filler, but we can check it to see if it has any of the 3/2, which I do not see. And if it's a double die, it's going to be almost impossible in the condition that it's in. But yeah, that's going to be a 43 Philly book filler for sure. Sweet. Silver in the box. Nice. Hopefully we can find more in better shape. Still in roll number 5, along with the silver, we are going to have a foreign. And we have a fish. 1996, 5 cents. And that is going to be out of Bermuda. Alright, so a silver and a foreign out of that roll. Roll number 7, we're going to have an older reverse showing about halfway through the roll. So we can flip this over and see what the date is. It is Philadelphia. And let's see, what do we got? And that's going to be a 1941 out of Philly. Pretty common, but we'll still take it. For sure. Just hunting the first couple coins of roll number 11, and we are going to have an oldie here. And we have a 1939. Will this have a mint mark to be a key date? Or will it be doubled on the reverse if it's a Philly? It is a Philly. And I do not see any doubling, but we'll just check it under the scope quick. Nope. It's just going to be a regular 39 Philly. But that's sweet. Oldest of the box so far. Just flattened out roll number 14, and we're going to have a new oldest for this hunt. Right back here I saw we have something that looks a little different, and that looks like a buffalo. Man, that thing is worn. Can we get a date on that? I'm going to have to look at this, I think. Is there a mint mark? There is no mint mark on it. So it is a Philly, type 2. Yeah, I think I might have to nick-a-date that or look at it a little closer. Alright, let me do that, and I'll be right back with what the date is. Alright, I couldn't see anything with the naked eye, so I had to hit it with some nick-a-date, actually twice, to get this thing to appear. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but we are going to have a first-year Buffalo nickel, 1913 Philly. And that is going to be a type 2 reverse, because it has the recessed lettering there instead of up on the mound. But that is awesome. Unfortunately, it did have to be nickel-dated. But yeah, unless we find a V-nickel, we're not going to find anything older than this one right here. So definitely take that, and we'll continue with this roll. And if there's nothing else in that one, we'll move on to the next. Very next roll after that 1913 Buffalo, and we're going to have a 1941 towards the backside of this roll, and that is going to be a Philadelphia, pretty worn with the Ring of Death. And then also a few coins earlier in this roll, we have another Die Clash, and that's going to be another 2023. So I'll throw it under the scope quick so you guys can see it, and there you can see those eyes underneath the building. And let's see, this side will have, yep, it has the line going across Jefferson's eyes right here, just like they always do. And this one is not in the best of condition, but we'll still hold on to it because it's a find. We're now in the roll number 17, and we're towards the end of it, and we're going to have a 1952 obverse facing. Looks pretty worn, and that's going to be a Philadelphia. All right, so we can add a 50s to the board and continue. We're up to roll number 20, and guys, I cannot believe what I just uncovered behind this nickel that I have right up front here. I have not found many of these in any of my hunts, and I'm actually really excited to see what the date is on this thing. And you guys might be able to tell what it is already. And if you don't know, that is going to be a V-nickel. So that is going to be 1912, I believe, back to 1883. These were minted. Man, that thing is worn. Whew. All right, well, let's see what the date is. And we have a 1902. That is crazy. 1902 V-nickel. Did not think I was going to find one of these in this box. Wow. Roll number 28 is going to give us a 1948. And we can see what the mint mark is if it has one. And it does not. So that's going to be a 48 Philly. Another 40s to add. All right. Roll number 30 is going to give us a 1954 out of Denver. All right. 20 rolls to go. Hopefully we can find another Buffalo nickel or a wartime nickel. Very next roll, roll number 31. We're going to have two more finds, and these are both going to be from the 50s. First one being in 1953 out of Denver, and then the second being in 1959 right there, and that one is also out of Denver. Alright, we'll keep on moving. Just working on the last part of roll number 38, and I came up to this one here. I already looked at it because it was reverse facing, but we do have a Denver mint mark, and this is going to be a 1955, and it's not the D over S. I already checked it under the scope, and it looked just like a normal D, so we'll add that to the 50s. Roll number 40 is going to give us two foreign finds. The first one I'll cover will be this 1986 Canada beaver nickel right here. Okay. And then we also got a pineapple. Pineapple coin here, 5 cents. And this is going to be from the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in 2005. It's really shiny too, actually. Nice. All right, so we got 3 foreigns, and they're all different so far for this box. But we have 10 rolls to go, and we'll keep on moving. And I bring you guys back in because I laid out roll number 43, and I saw something really shiny sticking out at me. And I don't know if you guys can see it right there, but I think we have a proof right here because I see an S mint mark on this 84, and we definitely do. That is actually not in bad condition. Sweet. That hasn't been out in circulation very long at all. That looks really nice. Awesome. So that is another sweet find for this box. So we now have a proof. Will there be anything else in this roll? I'll be back if there is. Very next roll, roll number 44. We're on now, and we're going to have another 50s to add to the 50s finds that we've gotten so far. And we have a 1953, and what is this going to be? Is it going to be a Philly, Denver, or San Francisco? What do we have? And we're going to have an S. That is awesome. All right, sweet. It's always good getting San Francisco minute coins, no matter what the year is. Roll number 48, and we're going to have another 50s nickel here. And we have a 1953 again. Will it have a mint mark this time or not? Let's see what we have. And this time we do not. So this will be a 53 out of Philadelphia. All right, pretty common. All right, we'll keep moving, and we have 2 more rolls to go. Very next roll, roll number 49. And I have an older reverse here that we can flip over and see what the year is. This definitely looks like it's going to be old for sure. Yeah, 1941, and that's going to be out of Philly. All right, haven't gotten many 40s for this box. Only 6 in total so far, but we still have 1 roll to go to see what else we can get. All right, guys, we're back. Box number 10 has now been hunted, and roll number 50 did not have anything in it for us, so we did not have any last roll luck. And we can toss that box to the side because it is now junk. And these are the finds that we were able to get out of this box. And this was a pretty lucrative hunt, I'd say. We definitely had a decent amount of finds in here. A total of 30 altogether that you see here on the mat. And a lot of them are older nickels, but we had some really, really good ones here at the end that I'll show. So I'll just get right into the wrap up here and start with these 5. And we're going to have 2 2016. And these are both going to be Clash Dies. 2 2016s and then 3 2023 Philadelphias. And there you can see it much better on that one. Right up there. But that's pretty wild that we found 5 Clash dies in this box. And then we also found 3 foreigns from all different countries. You have 1 Canadian right here. This one here is from the Bahamas. And then you have a nickel from Bermuda with the fish. And this one also has a pineapple on it. That's pretty neat. We did find 2 2009s in this box. One being from Philadelphia and the other being from Denver, which has definitely seen way better days because this thing is trashed. Wow. All right. But it's always good to find 2009s because they are much lower minted than our other years. And you just don't find them much. Sometimes you're lucky to even find a single one in a box. So I'm glad I found 2 in this one. We did find 1 Jefferson nickel from the 30s in 1939. That's a Philadelphia. Common. And let's see, we got 5 total from the 1940s, 3 1941 Philadelphias, and then a 1948. I believe that's a Philly as well. Yes, it is. Okay. And then a bunch from the 50s. I believe we got, let's see, 5, like 10, 11 from the 50s altogether. None of them being semi-key dates or anything like that, like the 55. That's not a Philly. That's actually a Denver. Not the D over S. And then our finds really for this box. I mean, you couldn't really ask for much more than this. We found silver in the box, which is going to be an album edition. The 43 Philly. We found a Buffalo nickel, although I did have to nicodate it. This is, if you guys can see it because it's hard, but this is a first year 1913, and it's going to be a type 2 with the recessed mound there for the 5 cents. And that's a Philadelphia. We found a proof 1984, not in bad shape. I'll definitely take that and hold on to it. And then the find of this box, I mean, I don't know when the last time is I found a V-nickel. But we found a 1902, which is kind of common, but we found a V-nickel. And those are really tough to even come across. So I'm glad I found that. And like I said, you couldn't ask for a much better box than this. We didn't find any semi or key dates or anything like that. But we do have a bunch of other finds that you don't come across very often. So I'm extremely happy with this hunt. And we'll get the albums out and see what kind of additions and upgrades we have. And I know I have this silver one. And I'll have to grab one out of my collection to throw into our silver jar for this episode, because that one is going in the album. But let me do that and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back after plugging in today's finds into these albums. And we are going to have 3 total additions in this episode and no upgrades. But our 3 additions are going to be as follows. The newest one being in 1967, actually in really good condition for being as old as it is. And then our second edition is going to be another wartime silver nickel, a 1943 Philadelphia. Kind of funny, we haven't found any of those yet, and they are the most common out of all of the war nickels you can find. And then our final addition is going to be to our Buffalo nickel album, and it is going to be a first year type 2 1913. Right there. It was only a little under 30 million minted. We did have to nicodate it, but it is in the book as an addition. And then I think our last step then will be to add our 1 war nickel that we had to put in the book, but we did find it in 2024, so into the jar it goes. And we have a small collection so far, but still early in the year. It's only February. We'll see what else we can find throughout the rest of the year in 2024. Hopefully that jar will get a decent amount more in it. But with today's Jefferson nickel finds, that puts us up to only needing 50 more spots of these albums that have to be filled. And I can't even fit them in the camera view here. But 50 spots in the Jefferson nickel albums, and I believe we have 58 spots in our Buffalo nickel album. So that one you can see is pretty vacant still. A lot of spots there that need to be filled. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give it a like, and remember to subscribe to my channel if you made it this far through watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.